What it means to me is changing our city. It brings together a lot of the pieces that would make us a vibrant city and allow us to compete with that of your larger cities. Charlotte is, if I'm not mistaken, is the 15th largest city in this country, and the goal is to be in the top five. And how can you be in the top five if you don't create, if it's not inclusive for everyone? And I believe this plan will allow us to be competitive, will allow us to bring resources, and will allow us to start looking at our infrastructure and how we build our infrastructure to be able to hold the amount of people that's coming to our city to make us a top tier city. Um, as an individual, the 2040 plan allow me to one want to stay in Charlotte, to tell you the truth, because as I talk about that inclusive piece, now I will be able to um, be a part of the growth. As you know, the last time we had a 2040 comprehensive plan was 1974. I wasn't even born then, right? So now I'll be able to be a part of this new growth and this new fresh breath of fresh air that our city is going to endure within the next 10 to 20 years. So personally impacting me, I'm going to enjoy being a part of the growth, being a part of the strategy to see everything in the plan, the 10 to 15 points in the plan executed, and me knowing that I had a voice in this process personally, I feel that I'm connecting and impacted through that way. Plan that I think I'm excited about is, to me, is getting rid of the single family home zoning and building these inclusive, what I would call 10-minute, or what they're calling in the plan, these inclusive 10-minute communities. So now I will have my single family homes, I'll have apartments, I'll have detached garages, I'll have triplexes, I'll have more commercial in my community. So now I can walk to my nearest grocery store, or I can walk to my nearest entertainment hub without having to be worried. Currently where I stay here closer to the Whitewater Center. There's nothing out here. There's nothing out here, absolutely nothing. But when I go to South End, I could do everything in South End in one day and don't have to worry. I can go to the movies, I can go to dinner, I can go to the park, I can go eat, I can go to everything. But when I come on the outskirts of the city, outside of South End, outside of Wesley Heights, outside of Plaza Midwood, I'm not afforded the same resources, even though I pay the same taxes. So I say that to say, I really like the piece of the plan that's going to include these 10 minutes or these walkable communities, which to me will increase everyone's value, property value, and make people want to be, make people want to live in Charlotte. I don't want to drive 30 minutes to go for entertainment. I want entertainment in my backyard like it is in Ballantyne and everywhere else. So, is that if the voice of the people is not heard in this plan, and this plan is really driven by people who think they know, that's going to be very alarming, and that will create a bigger issue than we need. Yeah. So I have always supported a plan, again, because I think Charlotte needs a refresher, and I think this plan allow us the refresher. So I led the Homeless Services Network. I'm sorry, not the Homeless Services Network. I led the Neighbors for More Neighbors Coalition, which started with Tanya Jemison, and then I transitioned in when she transitioned out. But I work at the United Way, and part of the work that the United Way is doing now is around advocacy around affordable housing and inclusiveness for our community. So I've been involved through that way. We see the benefit that the plan brings with allowing more affordability in our city, even though the critics may say it wouldn't. But I led the Neighbors for More Neighbor Coalition. That was really fun for me. That was really fun to me, because I had the opportunity to work with the people who actually created the plan, Tao and Alicia and their team. Always in conversations with them about, okay, the coalition concerns are these, what can we do to fix these issues? Or the CBA's concerns are these, what can we do to fix these issues? So I really enjoy that partnership, the ability to collaborate with all these different entities that came to the table, like Sustain Charlotte, like Roof Above, like Habitat for Humanity, bringing all those people to the table to have this conversation, have this dialogue to bring change was really, really satisfying to me. And everyone who raised their hand, I mean, we just United Way, we just put a filler out there and tons of people said, absolutely, we support the plan. We want to be a part of this coalition to see the plan through. To me, that was amazing. A neighborhood should be vibrant. People should have access to resources. People should have access to fresh produce. People should have access to healthier options, not just Food Lions and Family Dollars, right? And not just your typical fast food restaurant. People should have access to good options when it comes to fast food restaurants too. So a vibrant neighborhood is where you have single family homes, apartments, townhomes, commercial space, affordable housing, all of that in that community. To me, that's a vibrant community. That's a vibrant network that a city wants, because that attracts people, that makes people want to live, work, and play right within their footprint and not having to drive 30 minutes to the nearest fun activity. So that's what a community looks like to me: a mixture of housing, a mixture of housing types, a mixture of placement types, a mixture of commercial spaces, a mixture of options when you think about healthier options, not just, again, your typical Food Lion, Subway, and those type of places. And no ding to them, but that's what you see in these disinvested communities that are being gentrified more so than you see in the uptown area or the NODA area. You see the healthier options there. When you come out here, you see the not so healthier options. So that's what a healthy community looks like to me. It's an inclusiveness of a little bit of everything, where people can really eat, work, and play within 25 minutes of their home or 10 minutes of their home.
That is definitely the dream that is trying to be accomplished here.
I would encourage people to definitely look into the Neighbors for More Neighbors Coalition, because even though the 2040 was our first official issue that we tackled, there are going to be more opportunities for us to get involved with the UDO process. There are going to be opportunities for us to get involved with affordable housing and homelessness issues. There are going to be a lot of opportunity for us to really make an impact in this community. So we want to encourage people to go on the Neighbors for More Neighbors website, learn a little bit about us, sign up to be a partner or a community member or community leader or voice, and be involved in the conversation. I also want to empower people to work, reach out, contact, email, whatever, your local officials. Even though the plan has passed, there are still other pieces to the plan that now we are working on. Again, going back to the policy piece of it, the UDO. Reach out to your local official, ask them the key questions, and then ask them to support the things that you believe in. And stick to that. Don't let them sway your mind. Don't let them tell you otherwise. If you believe 10 minutes community is important, stick to that, because that's what this plan is supposed to do for us. So just empowering people to do their research, get involved. No matter how you get involved, just get involved in some way, somehow, and be a part of the conversation, and don't sit back and wait for something to happen. And then the last thing I would say is, do your own research. Don't listen to what people are telling you. Don't listen to what the media is saying. Don't listen to what your neighbor is saying. Do your own research in this thing, because when I was leading Neighbors for More Neighbors, I heard a lot of different people saying, well, I'm going to lose. I don't have an HOA. My whole community now is going to be gentrified. Gentrification is already happening. There's nothing you can do to stop gentrification. That's the pain of a growing city. So do your own research and stand your ground, is what I would say.